For since the creation of the world, that goes back quite a ways, God's invisible qualities, what are his invisible qualities? His eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. A lesser-known scientist, Isaac Newton, who said this, gravity explains the motion of planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. He also said, the most beautiful system of the sun, the planets, the comets, could only proceed from a counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. Isaac Newton also said, the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence. The opposable thumb. He highlights Romans chapter 1, the book of Romans chapter 1, and we're starting down a ways in verse 18. And it says this, the wrath of God is being revealed from heaven against all the godless and wickedness of people who suppress the truth by their wickedness. And when I read these things about they've become filled with wickedness, evil, greed, depravity, full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, slanderers, God-haters, insolent, arrogant, boastful. They invent ways of doing evil. When I read all that, my evidence to you is read the newspaper. Watch the news. Now think about that. When we talk about society, we've gone out of our way to make sure people can read. We've gone out of our way to make sure they got clean drinking water. We've gone out of our way to make sure more and more people have electricity and all sorts of wonderful things and medicines. But when I look at the news, it's very simple. They've forgotten God. One last quote from Isaac Newton, just because he's kind of cool. He says this, I can calculate the motion of the heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people.